Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar, Empower Your Entire Team, New Assets and Site Tools for 2026. I am Bethany Weidenhammer. I'm in Metro's Customer Service Department, and this is Daryl Davis, our Vice President of Creative Services. Daryl is going to review all the Metro resources that are available to everyone on your team. Creative, sales, marketing, editorial. We really do have something for everybody. If everybody doesn't already have a password, make sure you reach out. We'll get everybody set up. And then after that, I will take you onto our website and just show you where to find all those resources and also go over the newest features that we've added to our website. And I'm going to turn it over to Daryl.
Thanks, Bethany. And hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us this afternoon and taking your time out to join us for this webinar. We see you joining from all over the place, and we really appreciate you being here. Today, we're focusing on our site, MCC, Metro Creative Connection. Some of you call us Metro Creative, some of you say Metro Graphics, some of you say Metro Creative Graphics, and others just say Metro, but we do answer to all of our nicknames. So again, thanks. And a quick note, we're always working to improve your user experience. As Bethany said, for every role, from sales to design to production and everyone in between, we really are listening all the time. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, ways we can improve your user experience, give us a call. We actually pick up the phone. Who does that? So yeah, we're here. We're here for you. I'm just going to take a few minutes to give an overview of our presentation today. And as she said, I'll then turn it over to Bethany for a deeper dive onto the site. We have the great opportunity and privilege to see work from all of you all over the country in Canada. And we recently just had, again, a great opportunity to see some fantastic work from the New England Newspaper and Press Association, some of our East Coast customers, amazing stuff that was being done, and ideas shared. And it's a great reminder that we have available for you our February, our not February, we're showing February here, but our planning calendar all year. We have daily events, weekly events, monthly events. We have this comprehensive revenue ideas panel for every month of the year. We highlight topics that sell all year, as you can see on the right. And the upper right is where Bethany will dive in and show you how to get there. All of this can help generate great ideas, a lot of which we see, and which ultimately result in generating revenue and profit.
So definitely be sure to have your sales reps set up with passwords so they can access all this great stuff.
Password is the key for the
Yes.
day. Yes. Along with our planning tools, our editorial content features thousands of articles from health topics to trends to home improvement, provides copyright-free and ready-to-use content. All of our layouts are for print, digital, and social. And each of them is created with the ability to localize the content. For instance, taking a look at the tips for seniors to safeguard their mental health, we have this article, but you could use a local senior community center official to insert a quote about local offerings, or, possibly a local physician who has some thoughts about senior health, senior mental health. They're flexible enough that you can use as is or insert some local content. We also utilize our editorial in, these are just a couple samples, and there are many, these beautifully designed, advertiser-friendly, uh, designs using our editorial. Alzheimer's awareness is something that I think we all have someone that's affected by this. And the other one is about organizing, and all advertiser friendly. And everything we're showing you here is included in your subscription. They're ready to show, ready to sell, and ready to go.
And just another note, because I just got this question yesterday. You don't need to include a byline for our editorial stories. So in
Yes,
case you
they're
were wondering.
actually, and I just want to stress that these are in no way AI generated. We have real staff writers who write, compose, research all of our content. Um, and they're all copyright free. I can't say that enough. One of the things that Bethany is going to review are ways to collaborate with internal staff, ways to present to prospective advertisers, search for our content more easily, and generally use our content in ways that you need it. For me and for you, a big key to all of our content is the fact that it's unlimited, unlimited seats, unlimited downloads, all unlimited, royalty-free, copyright-proof images, photos, illustrations, headings, graphics, recipes, on and on. Here you're just seeing a little tiny sliver of the kinds of things that we offer, a couple strips from a search result focusing on breakfasts. The first one are, beautifully shot, professionally styled food photos related to breakfast. Underneath are print templates. Breakfast is served as a double spread, again, advertiser friendly, and then another size version available. In the middle, we have a prayer breakfast layout, which is easily adaptable to some local worship events. I know a lot of people do have prayer breakfasts locally, so that's a great one. And next to that is a directory for weekend brunch guide. Everyone's always looking for somewhere to go for brunch on Sunday, meet up with people. Um, and on the far right is one of many, many, many of our success stories. This one happens to be a spotlight on locally owned businesses, which is our focus. But again, just to draw attention to our industry success stories, which highlight a variety of, fantastic ideas from you. We seek you out for your input. We love to hear from you. Sometimes, sometimes they're tried and true, like a graduation section, and other times they're, something that's creative and locally inspired. A few years ago, we created a holiday character called Itzy, and we had one brilliant newspaper who dressed their son up in a costume of the character that we created, and went to store and sold a whole section. That's the kind of stuff we love. Um, but definitely take a look at our success stories, and they can be very inspiring.
And one thing I just wanted to mention with the success stories, because this was a customer request, that we include links to be able to view the whole section or whatever it is we are spotlighting. So whatever the customer created, we've now added links so that you can view that whole thing, so you get a much better idea of what they created rather than just from the thumbnails that we could squeeze into this one little page. So check the links at the bottom to see what was actually created for the spotlights.
Yeah, that's great to mention as well. But we really love this collection, and it's something that's always available for you. Um, Next, we are basically going to start to roll through our mega menu, and we're all about, again, empowering your entire team to work smarter, faster, and better. That's what we're all about. We've made some vital updates based on your continuing feedback, which Bethany is about to walk us through. And finally, really, your best user experience is our main goal. And again, we're always listening, and we are ready to talk to you about anything that's on your mind. So, Bethany, go ahead and take it away for a site tour.
All right. So now that you know kind of the resources that you have access to, the different things we offer, I am going to take you through our website, Metro Creative Connection. I'm going to do just a quick tour, show you how to find those resources, and highlight the new features that we've added over the last few months. If anyone would like a more detailed webinar, just reach out to customer service. We can schedule that with you one-on-one, or schedule it for your whole team, your whole company. We can do it however you like, and our training is always free. Um, Also, one more plug for passwords. Make sure everyone's set up. They're unlimited. You can have as many as you need. We do prefer that each person has their own. Um, so you can reach out to us if you need to update your password list too. All right, so we're on the home page here, and there are a couple different ways that you can get started searching. One of them is the mega menu at the top, which Daryl mentioned. We also have a search bar in the middle, and I guess there's actually more than one way to get started, because you do also have all these quick links at the bottom if you scroll down, including the topics that sell, which are the hot topics for the current month. I'm going to start with the mega menu. And this was designed so that you can easily see that we have all these different types of content, because even after people, subscribing for years, we still get asked things like if we have editorial or if we have puzzles. And yes, we do. And they're included with your subscription. So all of these categories contain quick searching shortcuts. So if you're looking for images, you can search all of our image types at once, or you can be more specific if you just need photos or illustrations or social media. We also have some other different add-on image services. Anything with the asterisk is an add-on to the basic package. And side note, if you see something and you're not sure if you're subscribing to it, you can check if you go to your name in the top right and select account, that page will have, there'll be a page on there that you can see what you're subscribing to, but never be afraid to click on things. Explore the website. You will never download something that you didn't have access to. You're not going to have any surprises on your bills. If anything, you'll get a message saying, you don't have access to this, just call Metro's customer service for information. So feel free to explore and look around. We don't want you to miss anything because you're afraid of being charged for something. And now back to the menus. The templates menu. All of your templates are under here. Print ads, web ads, those editorial pages that Daryl showed you with like the breakfast and the dementia, those things are all here. Marketing templates. There's also a link to the theme special section templates, which is an add-on. The My Ad Wizard, if you're subscribing to this, the sales tool that lets you personalize your spec ads, you can access that from the templates menu. And Ads on Demand, which is our overnight ad production service. The website menu, we have a couple different website related programs. If you're subscribing to those, you can access them here or learn more about them, including our CMS bot website program, which is our newest service. And this creates, it's like easy and affordable websites for your clients. They can create a website in under 5 minutes, even on their phone. It's super quick, really affordable. So check that out. The digital menu has everything digital here. And there's a lot that's included with your subscription, like marketing e-cards, the web and the mobile ads, social media images, everything editorial in one place here. The copyright-free editorial features that Daryl talked about, the ready-to-sell editorial pages that he mentioned, also horoscopes, recipes, ad spot fillers. All of these are included with your Metro service. There's also another link here for the theme special sections because they are editorial. If you are subscribing to the theme sections, you'll have access to them here. And you can also purchase them on an individual basis. So even if you're not subscribing to them, you can order whichever ones you need, and you can preview any of them before you decide to purchase. The puzzles menu, all the puzzles right here. You can search them all at once, or you can choose a specific puzzle, and they are all included with your package. Even the base package, you get puzzles with it. So for the next few months, we have a menu here devoted to America's 250th anniversary. And this is all going to be shortcut searches to get you right to the content. No fuss, no muss. There is our special section that is beautiful, and it's on sale for $76 until the end of the month. So if you haven't already purchased it, jump on it now before the price goes up. You can.
And Bethany,
yes.
I'm sorry, can I just jump in here for a sec?
Jump in.
Last Early in the year, we started to recognize that this might be something that had some traction. So we started to think about it and conceptualize it. And we are offering this beautifully designed, uh, four different covers available, special section that's, as Bethany said, available to you. But I also want to point out that while the section is purchased separately, we are also including every week, frankly, we're uploading new content every week for this topic, included in your subscription, graphics, photos, editorial, puzzles. So we have content available as well. And then Bethany, maybe jump back to the marketing e-card here. Just wanted to say that. Thanks.
Okay. And and if you're subscribing to our theme specials sections, this is included with that subscription. So in the center here, we have, like Daryl mentioned, uploading new content regularly. This link here will take you directly to that. And this is the content that's included with your subscription: images, ads, editorial, puzzles, whatever else we can come up with to celebrate. And then we have this marketing e-card, as you just mentioned, that you can plug in your contact information, and you can blast this e-card out to all of your local businesses to encourage them to run an ad and celebrate the anniversary. And then, oops, back. And then if you are subscribing to our theme websites and directories, there is a special website for the anniversary as well. You can access it here or get more information if you're not already subscribing. Next, we have the planning menu. So this is for all of you in sales. This is a great resource for you to start with to get all your ideas together. There is a link to the current search book here, and the search book shows you everything that's new. It's a great way to get ideas and inspiration. You've got our planning calendar so that you can find all the different promotional opportunities that are coming up and events throughout the year. You can plan the whole year at once if you want, or month by month. We've got the new topics that sell, which is a great way to start your prospect list, the hottest topics for the month. There's also 12 months of revenue ideas to give you inspiration and help you plan out the whole year in advance if you want. If you're subscribing to the Wizard, there's a link for that here as well. You can check out our sections schedule to work around that. Marketing e-cards, we have tons more marketing e-cards than just that 250. They're for all different holidays, promotions, anything we can think of to have a marketing e-card for, to help you engage with your local businesses. And the success stories that Daryl talked about, you can access the whole library of them here so that you can see how other people in the industry are successfully using Metro's content. And then last, we have the Learn More menu. This one's not about searching, it's just about learning. If you want more information about any of our services, you can select it, or you can see how your Metro subscription works with this video. There's a link to send us requests and feedback. And as Daryl has said, we'd love to hear from you. We do take requests for images, ads, editorial, and we love to hear your feedback to see what you need, how we're doing. There is a link to our video tutorials library. So if you want to learn about our site at all on your own, you can check out the videos or schedule free training with us. There's a link to my account here as well if you want to see what you're subscribing to, or update users if you have admin access, and some other things too that you can check out. So that's the mega menu. Whew. All right. Next up, we have the search bar in the middle. So back up for a second. With the mega menu, you're starting with a category. And then once you click on a link, then you'll be able to type in keywords or select filters to narrow your search. With this search bar, you're starting with the keyword, and you can select a category. So I know that February is National Heart Health Month, because I can see that under the topics that sell for February. And I could just click this quick link and have it bring up all that content for me. But I'm showing you how this works. So we're going to do it the manual way. And I'm going to type in, I'm actually doing cardiovascular health instead of heart health, just because that way I don't get all the Valentine's hearts. I could type in Valentine and exclude words so that it doesn't come up, but I know we've got some really great Valentine heart health mashup
Right.
editorial pages and ads for this month, so I don't want to eliminate those. And then choose a category, pretty much like the shortcuts in the mega menu. There is also an option here, though, that you can search for templates and images together if you want. And there's the search all option, and this is what I want to show you. So now it's brought up this search all. Since I have more than one keyword typed in, I want to be sure to click exact match. That way, all of the results are going to have both of these words in the keywords. Otherwise, it's going to be more of an and or search. So this is going to be much more refined with that exact match. And the search all just gives you an overview of all the different categories that we have content for that particular topic. So photos, illustrations, social media, print, web, editorial, calendar events. So it just helps you get a big picture of all the different ways that you can cover a topic. And you'll find that we use this format a lot for some of the links in our emails and other quick links on the site, like the America at 250. This link, it's going to bring up all the content in these strips of different, breaking it down into the different categories. So now you can just decide, well, I want to look further into the print templates for this category. And you can just click the link, view, filter more print templates. And this will bring up all the results. So that is kind of an overview of searching. And of course, now that you're in here, you can select filters too to narrow it down further. So now that we've done the search, we've got results pulled up. I want to take a look at the newest features. Actually, I want to include images in that too. So the filters on the left under the content filter, I'm just going to select images. And so now we've got images and ads together. So a lot of the changes that we made to the site were to the user interface, to preferences, and we also made some changes to downloading. One of the changes is larger, clearer previews when you hover over an image for the rollover. And these rollover previews, let me tell you, we have never had so much feedback and comments come back as we've had on the rollover previews. So you either love them or you hate them, we found out. There is a preference now. If you go to the preferences on the right, it'll open up the preference bar and there's a preference for rollover previews. So if you like them, turn them on. If you don't like them, turn them off, and everybody's happy. And it's also another good reason to have your own password, because if you're sharing with your coworkers and you can't agree on the rollover previews, you're just going to be fighting with each other, turning them on and off. So get your own password, set your own preferences. Okay, back up to a couple of these other ones. They're not necessarily new, but if you've never looked at your preferences before, you'll find that you can change the size of your thumbnails here. You can also change the number of results that come up in each batch up to 200. The hide auto suggest. So when you start typing in the keyword box, it's got that type ahead that thinks it knows what you want to type in and will try to predict it for you. And it gives you suggestions of keywords to type in. If you don't like that, just check off this box and turn it off. And just so you know, those suggestions, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have that content. It's just somebody typed in those keywords before. So you can turn that off if you want. Checkered backgrounds. I think this one is really cool because now it adds a checkered background behind any image that has a clipping path or a transparent background. So as you're scrolling through results, you can real easily see if the image has a clipping path or a transparent background. It's also helpful for those occasional headings that we have that are all white, or the graphics that are all white and they just blend in with the background and you think we just forgot to put something there, or maybe it's not loading. Well, there's something there. You just can't see it until you download it. But now you'll be able to see it against the background. There is also an option to freeze your search bar. So that's the mega menu, the search bar, and the preferences if they're open. So this way, as you're scrolling down the page, if you decide you want to change your search, you can easily do that without having to scroll back to the top of your page. But if you do need to go back to the top, there is a button, bottom right corner, scroll to top, and it will take you right back to the top. The filters on the left are also stationary now. So again, as you scroll, they stay put, so you can easily jump back and forth and change any of your filters as you're scrolling as well. All right, so, well, actually, while we're looking at filters, let's take a look at the template type filters, because we did make some changes to this to try and organize it a little better. There are so many different types of templates that we have in here. So we've created some categories. By default, it's going to search all the templates, but now we have categories for specialty ad templates, editorial, and marketing. And you can check a box to see all of them from one category or turn down the triangles for individual types. So under the specialty ads, you have things like contests and the directory, the multiple advertiser directories, those editorial pages that are ready to sell that Daryl talked about, and I showed you in the editorial menu. You can also find them right from this filter. The coloring and activity pages are here. And then you have all kinds of different marketing promotional ads too. So this way, if you need to narrow your search down, you can. So now for the really cool updates, I think anyway. If you hover over an image to download it, so you go to the arrow, you'll now see an option that says edit and convert. So if you click that, it's going to open a dialog box, and this lets you make changes to the image before you download them. So you could change it to black and white if you want. You can mirror it. Of course, not recommended for headings. You can scale, crop, or stretch. So if I wanted to use this for a vertical spot, I can easily just crop the part I want. You can also assign specific dimensions, DPI. You can set a target maximum file size if you want, and you can change the format, which is really cool. Like our images are designed to be web friendly. You can use any of our content in print and online, social media. So if you want to change the format to make it more friendly for web, you can do that, especially for something like an EPS file. If you wanted to use an EPS file on your website, you have to download it, take it into another program, convert it to a web-friendly file format. Now you don't have to do that. You can just do it right from here, and you'll download it in whatever format it is that you need that will work for what you're doing.
Yeah, these updates are huge and really helpful, and I can imagine very useful and saving a lot of time.
Yes. And then one other option here with the ads, when you hover over the arrow, there's come back. There's an option to download a PDF, and this is going to be a high-res PDF. So it's still going to have the generic information, but there are so many programs these days that let you edit the PDFs. This way, you're at least starting with a high-resolution version to edit if that's what you're using for your production. Right. So those are the newest features. There are a few other things that Daryl talked about that I'm going to circle back to, and they're not new to the site, but they may be new to some of you. And these are the presentation and collaboration tools to help with the internal communication between sales and designers, and also between sales and their customers. So let's say a sales rep comes in here to find some ideas, and just click on a template that you like. So I'm going to grab this one. Just click the thumbnail. Takes you to the more options window. And to print out something to take to your client to show them what their ad can look like, you can click the present print share link right here. And that brings up this page that you can print out and take with you. And it has, of course, a preview of the ad. It also has the Metro file name. So once the ad sells, you can pass this over to your designer. They can plug that file name right in the keyword box and download the InDesign or Quark package or the PDF, whatever you're using. There's an area here for you to make notes for your customer, and it will print out with your name at the bottom. Another reason to have your own password. Have I said it enough times?
That's five.
Lower, lower redundant. So you can print this out. Now, if you are communicating with the designer once the ad sells, you could also, especially if they're not in person, you can't hand them a piece of paper. You could use this email file link and just choose the type of email client you're using. This is going to open a blank email with a link in it, and when they click it, it's going to take them right to this page, and they can download whatever format they need right from here. So it's quick, it's easy, and a designer doesn't have to try and interpret handwriting on the back of a napkin. So those days are long gone. You can also click the link at the top of the page, copy this, paste it into an email or into an online order form too, if that's how you're communicating. And same deal, oops, they click the link and it takes them right to this page. So it's a great way to keep everybody on the same page. A sales rep can get ideas, share them with the advertiser. The advertiser doesn't have to come up with something from scratch, and then share the idea with the designer. The designer doesn't have to start from scratch. So the designer can spend more time working on sold ads. Meanwhile, the salesperson got the sale. So it's a win-win for everybody. And there's also probably a lot less revisions too if the customer has something in front of them to start with. And just a note as well, everything that you see with our ads is included. So you get all the images, everything is here. We also, for the newer ads over the last year or so, are using free Google fonts. So if it's not one that you have already, you can download them for free from Google. And there's always a README file in there with the links to access them real quickly. So those are some of the major collaboration tools. If you want to keep yourself organized, we have the Lightbox and the Project Organizer. So if you aren't familiar with these, the Lightbox is like adding things to your favorites, like you'll find on other websites. The Project Organizer, same idea, but you can create multiple projects. So you can separate things based on an advertiser or a project that you're working on and keep them separate. So there's a link here to add to Lightbox or add to project. If you're back at the search results, you'll find those when you hover over also. So you can just click the light bulb and anything you add to the Lightbox goes to this tab at the top. It'll also open this panel on the left so you can see what's in there. So you can see it's just kind of a hodgepodge of things that go into the Lightbox. So it's really just, you found something when you're searching, you don't want to lose it, just throw it in there. You can come back to it later.
Yeah, I just want to jump in here, Bethany, because as a designer and as a visual person, when you're looking through stuff and you don't want to really pause to make a final decision, it's a great place to kind of like put your egg in that basket and then come back to it. And I use it all the time. We all use it all the time. And even when you're shopping, you use it because you can go back and assess what you need or want or what works best.
Right. And unlike shopping, you're not racking up the bill when you add things to your Lightbox. So the projects, like I said, they work similarly. You can click the folder icon and it's going to ask you to either add it to an existing project or create a new one. So, and you can have as many projects as you need. And the projects go to this projects tab at the top. So you'll see a project, these are all the different projects that I've created here. So like I said, you can have them for different things, like a project for the America's 250th anniversary, for example. Just as you find things, throw them in there. You can download everything at once from a project, which is more useful than the Lightbox, which also has that feature. But again, if it's a hodgepodge of things, it doesn't necessarily make sense. But project, you can download everything. You can also add comments, either to the project as a whole or to individual items in it. So you can write yourself little notes about things. And you can share it with anyone else under your account. So you would see a list of everyone's names here and you can share it with them and then they'd get an email to let them know that there's a project shared with them. So this is another way that you can collaborate within your teams by sharing projects. And to go back to the main search, you can just click the Metro Libraries tab, and then I'll take you right back to the search results again. All right. So I think that pretty much covers everything. If you want to set up a webinar, let us know. We can schedule that with you. We can get your passwords updated. If anybody is still on the old site and needs help transitioning to this new one, let us know. We can help you out with that. And I think, do you have anything, Daryl? Otherwise, we can jump into Q&A.
No, I mean, I just want to end by saying that we always want to hear from you for, any of your image needs or spec ad needs, and it helps us to build our library as well. Again, I think it's important to say that our images are unlimited and we never charge for additional images. I know that some people do. That's never been us. Um, and and yeah, I mean, Bethany, as you have said, we just love to hear from you and would love for you to continue to communicate with us about that.
Do you have anything for the Winter Olympics? Angela
Yes,
has
we
not
do.
started searching yet, so
Yes, we do. We actually we've had some content uploaded very recently, and a couple days ago we just uploaded a bit more. So we definitely do. However, we cannot promote the logo for legal reasons of the Olympics. But we do have a lot of Winter Olympic-esque content for use.
great ideas, but how do we get a client to sign up to them? Well, I mean, one thing, if you go to our calendar, like if you have a customer that won't advertise or hasn't advertised, if you can find an event from our promotional calendar that they can relate to, maybe that's what they need to get them to advertise. If you can find a great promotional opportunity, like
Yeah, I
for
think that's a tough question. I think different
yeah.
things work for different people. But I think, if we want to, just say in general, spec ads sell. So if you can get out there with some options, of which we provide many, I know people use our specs directly. I know people use our specs for inspiration. But presenting the actual idea to the customer is probably the best way to nail someone. And that's what our tools help you do.
Right, putting
And it,
a specific idea in front of them can help.
Yeah, and sorry, Bethany, but in being proactive and being proactive visually with an option is way better than just saying, "Hey, do you want to run an ad? Do you want to run a campaign?" That's what we offer for you to be able to do that.
And speaking of campaigns, like a lot of our ads are flexible enough that you can like start with one idea and create a campaign from it. So, and we have some already created too, like for a restaurant, for example, like there might be an ad to promote their breakfast and have a special for that. And then if we don't already have them for other topics, you can always just change the image and change the heading. So the next week you can have the same template, but promoting lunch or promoting live music or, create a whole campaign from one of our templates to continue that business longer too.
Right, and we literally have tons of ideas to present in many, 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 many different categories. If there's something categorically that you don't see covered, we'd love to create something. We recently did a campaign for, an anti-vaping campaign that someone brought to us. Um, but one good place to start is to look at our monthly topics, which are kind of like our top picks. We call them topics, and they're available on our homepage. And it's what we focus on, weekly, monthly. It can be a huge help for inspiration.
And if you haven't checked out our search book before, that's a great resource too. I don't know if you're familiar with The old hard copies of the books that you could take out. This is the online version. Same thing, just flip through the pages online and you can see everything that's new and get tons of ideas that way too.
Right. And back to the spec ed comments. I mean, research indicates over and over and over that you are far more likely to close a sale when you present a spec ad. So really, it's the power of suggestion, and our content is available to inspire you to do so. But again, feel free to contact us directly with any questions. We'd love to help however we can. Send us our feedback. We still love our little Fido, the feedback dog, who
Yeah.
is always listening like we are.
So I'm editing this video to add another response to our customer's question about how to get a client to actually buy the ad. Another customer of ours, Lori Fagursky, reached out to us after she attended the webinar to share one of Ogden newspaper's best practices. So they always offer at least 3 spec ad solutions to capture the client's interest. Using just a single spec ad makes it too easy for the client to say no, but with multiple choices, the client can focus on comparing the options they've provided, increasing the chances that they'll find one that fits their needs when the rep asks for the sale. So thank you so much for sharing this, Lori. And if anyone else has any helpful selling tips, we'd love to hear them. You can email them to service@metro-email.com.
So I guess that's a wrap. So thank you for joining us. And again, if you ever can't find anything you need, call us directly, email us. We'll get right back to you.
And thank you all for joining us. Sorry, I was hoping to get through the website a little quicker, but there's just so much to show and so much we want to share with you. Thank you all for attending and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.